A harrowing week of heavy rain in the mother city. Hundreds of people were displaced after floods in parts of Cape Town. But this morning, there were clear skies with only light showers. Let's check in then with eNCA's Nobesuthu Hejana, who's been covering that story and has an update for us. So, Nobesuthu, as things stand, clear skies we are reporting earlier on today. Does that continue to hold? And importantly, is that the projection from the weather services? And it's an important projection because we know the misery that inclement weather can bring in parts of Cape Town.
So, tell us, for the past 3 days, the mother city has been spared of the heavy rains we saw on Wednesday till Friday. City of Cape Town officials visiting different areas where they were sort of like unblocking the drainage system because it was the issue of the flooding that was caused by the illegal dumping. But from what we've heard from the SA Weather Service, this weekend we're not expecting any heavy rains as the cold front is expected to make a landfall next week on Wednesday to Thursday. But earlier this morning, we visited an area in Mfuleni called Burundi Informal Settlement, where a number of people had deserted their homes due to flooding. They've decided to take refuge at the community hall in Krizani. They're saying that they came together as residents and decided to occupy that community hall because they've been trying to reach out to the community leaders who have said nothing or did not respond to them in terms of like assisting them, as they have not seen any disaster management center visiting that area. When we spoke to the community leader, Mr. Ayanda Tsuzu, he was telling us that the last time they saw the disaster management center team was on Tuesday when there were those heavy rains, but the team only took pictures but then said they were going to refer the matter to SASA. But the residents in that area are saying that food and blankets is not going to assist, as their homes, clothes and some of their appliances have been flooded. But when we spoke to the SA Weather Service, Lebogang Makati, she was telling me that although we're not seeing any cold or extreme cold weather conditions this weekend, we should be seeing a cold front next week, but it's not going to result to any heavy rains that may result to flooding.
Do we have an idea how bad that cold front is likely to get, Nobesuthu, especially in a city that has, its own complexities around issues around homelessness, but also the informal settlements where you may not have the rain and flooding that's associated with it, but the bitterly cold weather could be just as bad in terms of the impact that it has on people?
Well, due to some areas being already flooded, she was saying that although those light showers are not going to cause or result to flooding, but to the areas that have already been flooded, there will be an impact where many people will still be struggling to keep dry. But we know that she did say, though, it's not going to be extremely cold, but because it's the winter season, it's June, so any cold will be experienced. But the cold front that is expected next week, it's not going to be extremely cold compared to previous seasons.
All right, thank you for that. That's eNCA's Nobesuthu Hejana out at our Cape Town studios there with an update on the projections. The projection being that Cape Town could be headed for another cold front. Not this weekend, but in the coming days, certainly. That is the forecast from the South African Weather Service.